Hello, everyone. Welcome. We've got another awesome yin style practice. I'll do my best to keep this around the 30-minute mark because I know how helpful it is to just be able to do, 30 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever. And, you can always add on to it after because we all know an hour is the best. Anyway, so we're starting in a prone position today. You likely won't really need much in the way of props aside from maybe a blanket, but otherwise, just come all the way down onto your belly. Stack your hands, and you could just rest on your left side of the head. The toes are untucked. Breathe in and out here. Feel your hips sink a little heavier. And then turn to lay on the right side of your head, face over to the left. Check in with the front of your hips and just notice how is the balance and the weight between the sides. So are you leaning a little bit more weight to one side or the other? I know for myself, I tend to have a little more weight leaning to the right, so I need to activate my abdominals to just bring me back to center a little bit. Full breath in. And let's bring the chin onto the hands now so you're facing forward. Full breath in. Start to gently keep your hands stacked here. Just float your head away from your hands. So you're not coming up super high. You're just noticing that little bit of a shift here. So your front ribs are still down on the ground. And we just breathe in and out here. So you're getting comfortable activating the muscles into the lower back. And also notice your hips still sinking down. Feel your hips anchor into the ground now. Push your pubic bone down. And slide your palms underneath your shoulders. So now your elbows pull back. And then slide your hands back a little more so they're underneath your elbows. Yes. And we're hanging out here. So we use the idea of the hips pushing down and the sternum reaching forward. So you're not moving, you're just isometrically moving as if you're pulling your body forward on your mat. So your claws of your hands are anchoring down. And see if your chest will float up a tiny bit more. Breathe in. And breathe out. Continue to hold. Can you anchor your pubic bone into the ground and lengthen your legs? Press the tops of your feet down. Feel your glutes engage. And then take your time. Soften everything. Rest on your left cheek. Let your arms gently relax by your sides. Beautiful. Bring your fingertips on the mat now, wider than your shoulders, elbows face up to the ceiling. Keep your fingertips on the mat, but your palms arched away. Your nose is facing downward. Imagine like you're rolling a marble forward with your nose, and then the upper body floats up. You press into your fingertips, and we just pause here. So we'll hold for a few breaths. You might want to even wiggle side to side a little bit And maybe see if your front ribs can lift off the mat. Breathe in, breathe out. One more in, stay strong in the glutes. It doesn't matter how high you get. And on your next exhale, lay the body down from navel to sternum. Rest on your right cheek, arms come down by the sides. Notice all the spaces waking up in your body. And we'll do that one more time. So your fingertips again are on the mat. And they're wider than your shoulders. So you could even step the hands even wider than before. Let's bring the hands wider. Yeah, so you're outside your yoga mat. And then start to roll your imaginary marble forward and float the head and chest up. Good. So now, because your hands are wider, you probably didn't go as high, which is good because now we're floating our hands off the mat. Draw the backs of the hands toward the ceiling, and then draw the elbows into your waistline. And then reach the hands behind you, interlace the fingers behind your back, and reach the knuckles away. Breathe in and out, let your chest float up. And nice and easy, release. Let your hands come down so you can rest your chin. Breath in and breath out. Fabulous. Bring your palms to the mat underneath your shoulders, and then gently just press yourself up and back into child's pose. So bring your hips to your heels, let your arms reach forward and your forehead come toward the ground. Breathe in and out of the nose. See if you can direct your breath into your lower back a bit. One more breath in and out here. Pull yourself forward and up into tabletop pose. If your knees are at all sensitive, you might want to grab your blanket here because we'll be on the knees a little bit. Bring your right foot forward in a lunge. We're working our dragon's lunge here, so walk your left knee back, untuck the toes. Now, as you feel your hips nice and even, we'll keep right knee over ankle and let the hips sink so you can place your right elbow onto your right leg and then press that elbow down so that your left hand floats and just sits on top of the right hand. We let the chest lift to the ceiling as the elbow presses down and the shoulders relax. And just breathe in and out here, lots of hip flexor joy. And take your time. We're releasing the hands either side of the front foot. Now anchor the belly in and pull your hips backward to lengthen the right leg, toes shine to the ceiling. Good. And then plant the foot back down, bend into front knee. And bring the hips back again. Spread the right toes, pull the right butt cheek backward, and bend into the front knee. And pull the hips back. Beautiful. Option to stay here or slide the right heel forward and come into your version of dragon split. See what works. It doesn't matter about going all the way down. Your body will go there with ease when it's ready. And until then, be in the space you are. The whole time we want to be in the space we are. Yeah? Full breath in. Now as we breathe out, the navel draws in, the hips pull back, and then we bend into the front leg. Walk both hands inside, maybe lower the right elbow down to the ground or onto a block and then match with the left elbow. And breathe in and breathe out here. Stay open through the throat without compressing the cervical spine. Breath is in and out of the nose as best as you can. Tip of tongue toward roof of mouth. And if you have a hard time doing that, keep the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth, and try swallowing a couple times to create the seal in your mouth, so it'll make it easier. And take your time, come up onto your hands if your elbows were down. Slide your back knee in, and then bring your front knee back. Perfect. Do a down dog just for a moment, just to get a little stretch out through the backs of the legs and through the upper back. And we'll come back down, table pose. Navel draws in so you can bring your left foot forward in a lunge. And we'll get adjusted here, so walk your right knee back. Of course, use whatever extra support you may need for the knee. You could keep the toes tucked or untucked. See what feels better for you. Just make sure your ankle doesn't get wibbly wobbly. Left elbow comes onto the left thigh. We press that elbow down to let the chest lift, and the right hand just rests on the wrist. And breathe in and out, nice and easy. Remember, if your breathing becomes difficult, you've gone too deep, so you might need to keep your hands on the mat. Be where you need to. Maybe you can open your chest a little more wherever you are. Feel the front of your right hip open. And then we'll bring the hands down either side of the front leg. Navel draws inward and the bum pulls backward. We bend into back leg, straighten front leg as the toes shine up to the ceiling. You got it. We'll bend back into the front knee. And pull the hips back, lengthen the front leg. Get a good stretch here. Your heart reaches forward. Beautiful spaciousness for the hamstrings and the lower back. Bend into your left knee again, hips shift forward. Breath in and out of the nose, and come back with the hips, lengthen front leg. Option to stay here for a few breaths. You may take a little journey as you slide your left heel forward. And we breathe in and out here. Full inhale. And exhale. One more in. As you breathe out, the belly pulls in so the hips can pull back. Front leg drags in. We bend into front knee, hips still sink. Hands walk inside left foot. And we have options. Left elbow can come down onto the block or onto the ground, and we match with the right elbow. Breath in and out. Open your heart, make sure you can breathe well. Soften your jaw, unclench your teeth. And slowly come up onto your hands. Set your block aside if you were using it. Crawl the back leg in. Bring the front leg back. Downward dog just for a moment. Lift your hips up. Relax your head. And lower the knees down. All right. So let's just sit on the heels for a moment. We're shifting into frog pose. I highly recommend using your blanket because it just makes it so much nicer on the knees. So you don't have to though, but I'm gonna unfold my blanket. So face the long side of your yoga mat. And you're in tabletop pose with your knees under the hips and hands are underneath the shoulders. And then from there, just start to widen through your knees and pause just there. Keep it relatively easy. Look at your feet and make sure that your ankles are lined up with your knees. Inner edges of your feet are on the mat and match with both sides. Then continue to walk your knees out. Keep your knees in line with your hips so your hips aren't going further back or forward. Keep that alignment. Inch it out a little more on each side. Okay, you've probably found your edge. So double check your alignment is superb, and I know it is because I know you're listening and you're paying attention to your awesome self. And you could lower the elbows down. Make sure you didn't move. Your hips are still in line with your knees. Ankles are still in line with the knees. Inner edges of feet are on the ground. And we hang out. And you know how to breathe in and out of your nose, so focus on that. And of course, if you need to come out of this early, come out of it early. But if you don't, really sit with it. Can you anchor your elbows down a little more and start to feel the space through your upper back? Feel the crown of your head reach away from you and start to focus your energy more on how you can support yourself in your upper body and let the lower body just be. You've set yourself up, so let it soften. Maybe you can breathe into the backside of your lungs. Feel your hips sink a little heavier, like 1%. Relax your jaw. Soften the tension out of your forehead. Nice and easy. Take your time. You pull your weight forward until you can easily just let your chest come down. And then just slowly, one leg at a time, just inch it straight and then do the other one. And go nice and slow. You don't want to rush because that is just going to make your muscles tense up even more. So go slow as the legs move toward each other. You can just let your forehead rest down. And eventually the legs will be together. Untuck the toes and just continue to hang out here. You're hugging your arms underneath you. You're giving yourself some reassurance that you're okay. Now place your palms on the mat and gently press yourself into child's pose. Continue to face the long edge of your mat so you can keep your movement really simple and just pull your legs together, belly onto the thighs, and relax forward. Maybe stack your hands for your forehead, whatever you like in your child's pose. Roll yourself up, turn to face the other end of your mat, so just face the regular way so you can come down onto your back. And get flat through your shoulder blades and just inch your skull away from your shoulders so you feel really fabulously relaxed in the back side of the body. And just nice and easy, place your palms on your kneecaps as you stack the knees over the hips. Keep your arms straight and just rock side to side with ease. Breathe in and out of the nose. And then cross your right ankle over your left ankle and start to draw circles with your knees. Whatever direction is great. And nice easy circles again, so it's easy to breathe in and out of your nose. Your upper body, your face is like all relaxed. You're just enjoying the massage on your sacral bone. Draw circles the other way. Come into stillness. Fully cross your right thigh over your left, and you can hang on to your knees and shins here. Head and shoulders float up, then reach your left hand for your right foot and your right hand for your left foot as you pull them to opposite sides of the room. So your head and shoulders are lifted, but it's with relative ease because your focus is on pulling your feet to the sides of the room. And release your grip with the hands. Let your your left foot come down to the mat. So right leg is still crossed over. Your arms just relax out in a cactus position. Shoulder blades are flat. And now rock your knees side to side, just gently. You're not coming into a full twist at all. You're just moving maybe 6 inches from left to right. So just a gentle rocking on the back of your sacral bone. Good. Come to stillness, undo the legs. Feet are planted on the mat. Hands reach for the kneecaps as the kneecaps come into the hands. Cross your left ankle over your right. And draw circles with your knees. Again, whatever direction you start with is fine. Breath in and out of the nose. Make sure your neck still feels long and you're not compressing through the neck. The chin gently draws toward the throat. And reverse, go the other way with your circles. Notice any changes in your breathing patterns. Likely your nervous system is very regulated right now, so you might have deeper breath cycles in and out, and you may even notice more saliva production in the mouth. Come into stillness here. Cross your left thigh fully over your right thigh. And you can hang on to your knees. Head and shoulders float up again with relative ease. And then we drag our right hand to the left foot, left hand to the right foot, and just pull them out to the sides. And you'll feel that opening through the outer hips. You might feel it in the low back, you might feel it in the hamstrings. Breathe in, breathe out. And release your grip of the feet. Let your right foot plant down on the ground. Your head and shoulders come down. Arms are out in like a cactus kind of pose, or just relaxed wherever is comfortable. And just with ease, rock your knees side to side. Just a gentle massage on the back of the sacral bone. You got it. And come all the way to stillness. Undo the left leg. Drag your heels one at a time to straighten each leg. Relax your arms wherever is comfortable. And close down through your eyes. Shoulder blades are again flat underneath you. Close your eyes. And just scan through your body here. And if you're not sure how to scan through your body, you can do a few things. You can move down your spine with your inner awareness, and you don't need to understand the anatomy. You can simply find the places of your spine that connect with the ground. You can visualize the vertebrae of your spine and imagine just moving down through each one, as if you're highlighting each vertebra as you go down the back or up the back. You could visualize as you scan through your feet. Let's say you visualize the bones of your ankles. And that could even be, maybe for you, it's a sphere, like a white sphere, and you're becoming aware of the space of your ankle or your knee or your left side of the hips or whatever it is. Now, you may discover during your body scan that certain areas of the spine or the body or anywhere you're trying to scan within your body might feel disconnected or even numb or like it doesn't exist. Just know that this is normal. This happens all the time. And it's part of our practice in yoga is to refine that awareness we have. So just notice the awareness you have today. And on your next inhale, let's take a nice big stretch and reach through the body. Stretch your arms away, reach your legs and your toes away, and relax. Drag your heels along the ground to pull your knees to your chest. Give yourself a lovely hug and rock side to side. And then, however you like, bring yourself up into a seat, something comfortable. And you could have your hands just rest on your body or in front of the heart, joining left and right hemispheres of the brain through the palms, through the fingertips. And draw a nice full breath in of love and gratitude into yourself for being exactly who you are as you are. And a full breath out of love and gratitude for everyone else exactly as they are and exactly who they are. And thank you for our practice today. Namaste. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day with more space in the hips and the shoulders and the mind. And 35 minutes, not so bad. See you again next time. Bye, everyone.